I can tell you where I'm getting stuck, and I think I could speak for much of our gender.
Okay.
I would say we are still people pleasers, and we please everyone first, and we are very often last.
Yeah.
And I still feel very guilty when I am doing something for myself. I'm spending a lot of time in my business, which always is
Mhm.
great when I'm focused and putting energy into it. Things are going well, but then something else has to, I don't want to say suffer, that's the wrong word.
Right.
Something else has to give. Maybe I have a little less time for my family, for my
Right.
spouse, or for friends, and then I feel badly about that, but I can't make any more time.
Hey, possibility seekers, it's me. But guess what? I have a guest and we're real and we're live. Look. Hi. It's Sabrina McEntee, Monique de Maio, fireside chat. Here you are. Okay. So we're going to talk about your journey today, Sabrina McEntee. It's been a while that we know each other. You've had a successful marketing business for all this time. I've been happy to call myself your sounding board and friend. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
And Build More Leads is built around helping contractors, home professionals, and service-based businesses.
Yes.
So how long has this been?
So I've been in business for myself for about 10 years, but decided to focus on the home service industry. I'd say the last 5 or 6. It really started around COVID. And my husband, for those of you that know me, has been in the commercial construction business for nearly 30 years now. So living with him, I certainly feel like I had deep knowledge about what they really needed. So I was able to develop a profile. I see
Right.
that how hard they work,
Right.
and how much help they need on the marketing side.
Oh, duh.
So you know that, right? They're kind of
My dad was one, so yeah.
oh, that's right. You mentioned that.
Yeah, he did no marketing, but yeah.
Right, right, exactly. So I just decided I wanted to get into that niche more and more. And once I started working with one contractor and a roofer and another GC, I realized that I felt like I had a knack for it and I enjoyed it. I enjoy helping them.
So I know that your daughters are now 24, 22.
Correct.
Wow. And that went fast, I have to say. Honestly.
It went really fast. I can't believe I have adult children. They're great. Marissa and Brianna are my best friends.
They're awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah.
So tell me what it was like. So you went to get your MBA when you were a mom with young kids.
Yes, I did.
So I can relate to getting an MBA at night, but I can't relate to having the little kids at the same time. A job, yes, or kids, no. But what was so tell me a little bit about what your family's reaction to going back to school and bettering yourself and getting a master's degree. What was the reaction at first? And like, how did you balance it all?
Sure. So it was definitely tough. So it was kind of like a surprise MBA. I was working at Mountainside Hospital, working with seniors and doing the events for them. And the CEO at the time offered to pay for 70% of anyone that would go back to school for an MBA.
So he was giving you 70% of tuition reimbursement. That's awesome.
That is awesome. And said, I can't pass this up. The trick was I had two young ones. So I went to school at night while they were little. I believe Marissa was probably just in middle school. Brianna was probably in the fourth grade. And it took 8 years to finish the MBA, but I figured this is the best I could do because
Yeah.
my husband worked crazy long hours. I only had nights, so I went to Montclair State a couple times a week for 8 years and finally finished,
Wow.
knowing that being home for all that time is great. I loved it and it was very fulfilling. But I always wondered, okay, what's going to happen? Right? This conversation we're having now, my kids are going to have their own lives, and here we are. And what am I going to do?
Yeah.
And so I love marketing, I love business. So that was my concentration for a while.
What was your husband's reaction to you going, I'm going to go back to school? Because I mean, I'll tell you my family's reaction to when I told them I was getting a master's. They looked at me like I had four heads.
Right, right,
Because it wasn't part of the family vernacular. You know what I
right,
mean?
right,
Well,
exactly.
well, that's why we share a lot of that in common. But anyway, what was the what are you doing? Why are you doing this?
Right, exactly. Well, I mean, he felt that if it's something that would make me happy, that he would be supportive and
Oh,
he'd
no.
always help with the kids at night. But I can tell you it was definitely difficult getting the homework done. And I think that's where it got tricky. because you just can't do it all. We talk about this all the time. I know when I went on your retreat, it's kind of like there's no such thing as balance. You can't do everything
It's
all the
integration.
time. It right, it's integration.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So I didn't like the fact that my house wasn't perfect anymore and I couldn't do everything and I needed help with sitters to get the work done. So that's the part where maybe the dynamic had to shift a bit.
Right.
But we somehow worked it out and did it. It was like he would run in, race
Pass
in the
the
head.
baton.
Yeah, exactly. Pass the baton, and I would go to school. That's right, exactly. And I'm so happy that I did.
Yeah.
I really because I was able to be around other adults, and that was my adult conversation.
Right. And you had spent so many years not being around adults that you thought your brain was gonna bit much.
Yeah, and I was worried about that. And I'm definitely someone, and you've known me for a very long time. I call it a busy brain.
Yes.
And I need to use it. Inside our head. Yeah, exactly. That's me.
Well, it's I mean, I brought your why here. So, the reaction, your husband said that, but did your parents be like, "Why are you doing this?"
I think their reaction initially was, "That's hard," and, there's a lot of math involved with that. Yeah.
Our eyes aren't good at math.
Oh my god, a lot of math,
Oh,
Sabrina. But I am glad that I didn't kind of let anything, including my own voice, deter me. I was
right.
determined and figured I am going to just go for it and do my best, and I don't care how long it takes.
Good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we, on the why certification that I have, and I love the why. Sabrina's why is simplify, and her how is better way, and her what is contribute. So Sabrina believes that success happens when things are simple, uncomplicated, and easy to understand, which is so funny, right? How she does that is by finding better ways and then sharing them. Ultimately, what she brings is a way to contribute and add value and have an impact on the lives of others. So your whole MO in life, your why is simplification,
Mhm.
which is probably both great and at the same time frustrating because the whole world is not simple.
No, you're right, and I have that brain of simplification and efficiency with
Yes.
everything I do, which sometimes is annoying. Like, does everything have to be simple, right? I might have to take a few turns in the road,
Yeah.
but I do. I want to try to streamline everything,
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh,
No, and I think that's why working, especially with contractors, you
yes.
see their lives are the opposite of simple,
Totally.
right? Their
Yeah.
phones are ringing, and the
Yeah.
minute the phone rings, they'll take a left, and then another person calls,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, let me simplify one part of their life.
That's right.
And in fact, one thing that I don't talk a lot about is the fact that if I see one of my clients needing help getting financially organized or with their operation,
Yes.
I started getting involved in that because,
Yes.
yes, it's not a marketing issue. However, I know that if they're firing well on all these different areas,
Yes.
it's going to help all of us.
That's
We're
right.
going to grow together. And again, that's where it's an opportunity for me to give and be different from other marketers that just do websites or just do social. That's important to
That's what
me.
she said. That's what she said. I see that. That's what she said. Yes. But it's
Right.
true. I think the differentiator that we have, both of us, is we come at it from a business perspective first. It's a business problem. It's a business problem first. It becomes a marketing problem second. You can't have a marketing problem on top of a business. You can't have a marketing strategy if you don't have a business strategy. What am I looking for? Am I growing sales? Am I growing retention? What is the MO for the business? Where do you want to be in 3 to 5 years? And then I reverse engineer the marketing strategy for that business. So the idea of being a business person first and marketing person second is really, really helpful.
It's so we're in sync because
It really
whenever I
is.
get on a we are always in sync. Whenever I get on an initial call with a client and they want to talk about marketing, what does everyone want to talk about? Should I be on Facebook? How about Instagram?
Those are all talented.
Those are right. And the first thing I say is, you know what? I'm one of the few marketing people that does not want to talk to you about marketing. I want to hear about your business, your vision, your goals. Marketing
Yeah,
might not even be on part of this call yet.
right.
So you're right.
Yeah. And I think you should stay true to that because
Yes.
a lot of marketing people go right into the tactics and then they give client what they ask for, which may not be what they need based on what they really want to accomplish. The challenge, I think, when you're dealing with mid-market companies and just in general businesses made from founders that are run by founders, is they can't articulate the business objectives. They
Right.
can't articulate the vision of mission. My sweet spot now has become more of a business that they want to sell or pivot or get acquired or merge. So there are a bunch of things that you need to do to make yourself look a certain way when you're trying to sell or acquire or merge. So that's part of it. So I want to talk a little bit about what do you think? Where do you think women who are balancing, integrating? I hate the word balance. You know, yeah, integrating their work lives and trying to do what's right for themselves. Like, where are we getting stuck as a gender?
I can tell you where I'm getting stuck, and I think I could speak for much of our gender.
Okay.
I would say we are still people pleasers, and we please everyone first, and we are very often last.
Yeah.
And I still feel very guilty when I am doing something for myself. I'm spending a lot of time in my business, which always is great when I'm focused and putting energy into it. Things are going well, but then something else has to, I don't want to say suffer, that's the wrong word.
Right.
Something else has to give. Maybe I have a little less time for my family or for my
Right.
spouse or for friends. And then I feel badly about that, but I can't make any more time in a day.
That's right.
So I still struggle with that right now. I wish I had the right answer.
So it's not there's no right or wrong, but you're struggling with the justification of your decision to spend time on your business.
Yes.
Less than spending time on your business because you know you have 24 hours in the day. So you're struggling with the idea of how do I explain it or how do I justify it or how do I make myself feel okay about it?
Exactly.
Because I have to say no to dinner with my husband or my kids.
That's right. Right. Or there's times that I have to go back on my laptop maybe later at night, and that's taking time away from.
Right. But they're watching TV anyway.
Right. No, but no, it's true. But
Mom's right here. She's
right,
watching
right.
a movie with you, but
That's
she's on her laptop.
I just tonight. Right. And you're right. It's the integration of all of that. And I think it's a journey. You're right. There is no right or wrong answer. However, I can tell you that I've leaned into a lot of people that I trust. Well, I went to your retreat,
Yeah.
which was amazing, and I felt less guilty about that. I can
Good.
serve myself and I can serve others. I can do it all.
Yes.
So
Well, you have to put your oxygen mask on first. And that's the part that I think women are still having trouble with.
absolutely.
It's not just like people pleasing, it's also like, I'm going to serve my family before I serve myself, but you can't serve your family if you can't pour from an empty pitcher.
No, exactly right.
And if you don't refill that pitcher, there's nothing to pour.
And you and I talk about the way we were brought up, right?
Yeah.
We're very lucky. We
Yes.
came from European families,
Yes.
immigrant.
We know how to eat, but we don't know how to say no.
That's so true. Right. We do know how to eat, but we can never say no. Yeah. And I think about, I mean, my mom is an amazing human being. She's as selfless as it comes.
Right.
And the difference is she's selfless, but is fine with it.
Yeah, that's true.
Right. She is really, really fine with it. She will continue to serve everyone. She doesn't need the oxygen mask. Um, and I'm different. I'm happy that I got the giving gene from her.
Right.
Because that's truly what gets me out of bed in the morning.
Right.
But I did realize that when I'm never serving myself, that equates to
empty.
well, the pitcher's empty and I'm not being my true self. It's inauthentic.
That's right.
So that's not fair to the people I'm serving either.
That's
Because I'm right, because I'm serving you, but I'm a little bit
masterclass right there.
Right, way down.
Yeah, no, it's the master. That is actually the distinction that I want more women to get because they'll put forth this notion that they're selfless, but then they're resentful about it.
Right.
And then they show up bitchy.
Right.
You're like, okay, what did you do? You're not doing me any favor. You just showed up bitchy. Like, you just do me a favor. Stay home.
Right. You're pissed off. So
Yeah. You're pissed off and
not helping
not
anyone.
helping it.
Right. I agree.
So it's that idea of being and I hate you, be your authentic self, but be true to yourself.
Right. Exactly.
Mean what you say what you mean.
Yes. Yes.
Concept.
I know.
Earth shattering. Yeah, it's
Getting there. I'm getting there.
yeah, it's true. And okay, so what else? What do you think you've imparted to your daughters in terms of being that put your oxygen mask on first, be true to yourself? What kind of advice are you giving your 22, 24-year-old daughters that you're seeing show up differently than maybe when you were there?
Oh, that's such a great question. So when I think about Marissa and Brianna, they are excellent communicators. I was not.
Okay.
They tell people how they feel. Their delivery is great.
Oh, wow.
Right. Again, it's not in a kind of bitchy, entitled way at all.
That's great.
They're very humble. They're wonderful. But I feel like they are kind. So they still have the kindness. The giving is still there. They care for others,
Right.
but they know what they need and want in life,
Right.
and they say it. unapologetically.
Okay.
It's masterful, and I really need to rip a page out of their book.
Do you tell them that it's masterful?
Um, I tell them that I'm proud of them and that I admire them, but I've never used that phrase. So when they hear this, they'll get to
Yeah. So
where
I
that
think for
word.
me, what I mean, I agree with you, and Olivia's a lot like that as well. And when she does it, I'll say, "How you just said that is brilliant. I really appreciated how you did that." So she can say things that I can't say to my husband.
Oh, true. Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I
Say that all
can,
the
I
time.
can never get away with half the stuff she
No, no,
says.
no. Right.
And then some of the things she says, maybe she shouldn't say.
You
at all,
shouldn't
but-
say. That's a story for another day.
That's a
Yeah.
different podcast.
True.
But and I think the idea of, and I think my son has that. He has an amazing gift to be able to tell me that I'm completely bad shit without telling me I'm completely bad shit and making me feel bad about myself.
When you walk away, you're like, wait, I think he said that, but he said it in the right.
That's
totally.
it. He'll be like, "Mom, you still working on that?" Yeah, that kind of thing.
Right,
I told
right.
this story.
Yes.
So I think it's the idea of complimenting them in the moment so that they understand the cause and effect of what they're doing right, or not right, but well.
Yes.
Because there's no right.
And I like the idea of catching them right then
In the
and
moment. I
there.
got to do it in the moment.
Right.
Because I think for humans, we get a general, "Oh, and also I'm proud of you" is different than "you should be so proud of you."
Right. That is exactly because it doesn't. It
Doesn't
really
matter.
doesn't matter that I'm proud of
No.
you.
It's
Be proud
that
of yourself.
yourself.
That's right. It's about that.
Yeah.
But I can tell you they're way more sophisticated also at this age.
Hmm.
I think about 22 and 24. I was married at age 23. I did not have the mindset that they have. I didn't articulate the way that they do.
Right.
So it's just as a parent, and I know you and I talked about this, it's exciting to watch.
Yeah, it's really cool. Right? Yeah, when they're clear about what they want.
Yes.
Yeah, or what they don't want.
Or what they don't,
It was like the
sometimes
boundaries
better.
are better. Like
Right.
I feel that for me is fine. I think when it borders on entitlement, that's when I get really pissed off.
I agree.
But like I don't like watching 20-some-odd-year-old tell me what they will and will not do based on like just their
No.
wants and
right.
dislikes. Gee, I'm really sorry that you don't want to
Yeah,
get out of bed today, but you know what?
We
I'm
have
getting
to.
paid to get
Right.
here at 9. So
Yes.
you better get your ass in here.
I agree. I agree.
So that doesn't really work for me. But the idea of being clear about when a guy talks to you inappropriately, setting them straight right off the bat. Whereas in my generation, our generation,
Oh,
in corporate, I remember being spoken to really poorly at that age. I remember being just harassed.
absolutely.
It
And you
was
accept,
harassment.
and
It was the way it was.
you just did, yeah,
You
you
just
just
dealt
dealt
with
with it. You just dealt with it. That's right.
So it's it's generationally different, and I think communicationally different. So so let me see what else, there's so much to unpack, my God. The idea of what is it that gives you the most joy? What has given you the most joy?
Giving and serving others. And that might sound like, based on everything we talked about, we said put the oxygen mask on first.
Right.
But now that I'm learning how to do that, I'm enjoying giving even more.
That's cool.
And when I say giving, giving can mean so many things. It
Right.
can be a cup of coffee with someone who just needs your ear.
Yeah.
Right, a chat. It could be something that a friend needs. It might be financial assistance for those that are less fortunate than we are.
Mhm.
It can just be a walk. It can be teaching someone something.
I feel the same way.
Right? I really, really like when I think one of these days, right? I'm not going to say my age right now, but when I'm 80 years old, am I going to look back and be proud? I'm going to be very proud of my family and my marriage and my friendships and my career,
Right.
and all of that. I would never be here without all of those elements. But
And-
what will that's right. We don't like the word but.
We don't say
And
but, we say and.
Say
She
and.
knows she's a graduate of the
right.
Monique's Mafia.
That's right.
I don't know if I'm doing this Jersey thing today. I have
and-
no idea why.
Well, it's the mafia. It has to have a Jersey accent. Um, and I want my legacy to be about giving.
She did.
And,
good.
and there are hundreds of ways to give.
Sure.
And I want to explore all of those options.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, people do truly remember how they feel when they're in your presence. And I want to walk in a room and people instantly feel at ease and happy.
Yes.
And I want them to miss me when I'm not there. That's important. Yes, I'd love to help a contractor grow their business 10 times over. That's great.
Yeah.
That's special. And
Has
but
its place.
it has its place. Again, at that age, when
Yeah.
I look back, I always think about the eulogy. What do I want people to say? This is a thing she did for a couple of years ago.
Right.
And she really, really did it well. Well, yeah, and it's
You did. No,
important.
you really harnessed that exercise. Like
Yes.
that was like when we talked about this years ago, writing your eulogy, that is, you owned it a lot. And it also, I feel like it may have I remember the look on your face when we talked about it, and the light bulb went on in your eyes
Yes.
where you must have said to yourself, I'm not living where I want my eulogy to say.
That's right.
Because that was, I think, when, oh yeah, that was the moment where you decided you were going to help contractors and
Yes.
home providers, because that was where your passion was.
That's right.
And you were
That's
trying to
right.
be all these things to different people. And I was like, Sabrina, you're not even happy. You're like scattered. Why don't you just do what you like and call it a spade and just do the thing? If it's an elephant, it's an elephant. If it's a cat, it's a cat. If it's a dog, it's a dog. But don't try to be all things to all people.
No,
And I think when you started doing that, you like showed up different.
definitely. Definitely.
And I'm glad you remembered. I didn't
Yes.
remember that there was a cause and effect there, but I think that's the trigger.
No, that the eulogy exercise, I think, is a great one. And part of what helped me with that exercise is I thought about all the people that touched me in my life.
So if you had to say, what was the best career advice you've ever gotten? What would you say it is? Or just something that you want to pass along to other people for their career? What would you say?
I would say take chances and follow your instinct. I was definitely an overthinker, had too many people in my ear giving me advice
That conflicted with each other.
that conflicted with each other. So
Was
it's
depending on their agenda, right?
well, you're right. And their own
Thing.
experience.
Yeah.
I'm asking 10 people for career advice and I will get 10 different answers. So now I'm
You're
confused.
going to get 12.
Right. And I will
You're going to get 10 people's 12.
12,
Yeah.
12 opinions.
Yeah.
And I was always afraid of making mistakes. And I'm not now.
That's awesome.
Right.
That is awesome. It's so liberating, right?
It's liberating. And that held me back for so long. I was afraid, what if I don't sound smart? What it, right. So can you imagine how it was just, it's debilitating
It sure is.
because it creates anxiety. It doesn't let you to just be creative and just get out there and try.
Yeah.
And so I would definitely say, just give it a shot. You put some thought into it. You think it's a great idea. And guess what? If it's not, that's going to lead to the idea.
That's right.
You might have to mess up a few times
Yeah.
or
So,
learn is the word.
yeah. So if you don't take risks, if you don't take chances or try, you will never know. And I always say, and this is something I want you guys to listen to, and that is 85% great is better than 100% late.
So true. Right. Waiting for perfect. You're losing opportunities.
You're losing opportunities.
Mhm.
And then when you think the thing is perfect, you launch it. And guess what? Your target audience doesn't think it's perfect.
Right. Regardless.
Like, regardless. So you're going to have to tweak
Yes.
it anyway.
That's right.
So just go out there. There's two things I would say that I would, to dovetail off what you're saying, is true. Just do it.
Mhm.
Take the chance, because losing the opportunity is worse than not taking the chance.
Yeah.
You learn from your mistakes, therefore you don't make the same one the next time, or you make a different one, and then you learn from that one.
That's right.
And hire before you're ready. Do before you're ready. Because if you wait till you're ready, that whole like imposter syndrome thing,
Yeah.
which I did a podcast about, and I'm going to do another one. I love imposter syndrome. People think I'm absolutely that shit.
Right.
The reason is, if you're not uncomfortable, if you're not challenged, if you're not feeling a little bit like, I don't belong in this room,
Like your
what am
belly's
I
not
doing?
burning.
Like if your
Right.
stomach is not nervous
Yes.
getting up to do your first keynote, like I've been,
Yeah.
or leading your first thing, or starting your first company, or doing whatever, it's like if you're not in some way, shape, or form really uncomfortable, you're not stretching yourself enough, and you're not learning. Because if it's easy peasy lemon squeezy and you show up and you got no stress and you got no anxiety and you got nothing going on in your belly and you're like comfy cozy, what what, what are you doing?
And when you put it that way, think about how comfortable I was for too long.
There you go.
And that is not a good thing.
No, it's not.
It is not. In the moment, I thought, right,
Oh no, I'm mailing it in. I'm whatever they
Right.
call it in.
yeah,
that works.
yeah, right.
That's not good.
No, it's not.
You can do that so this is the other thing we talk about with moms, and integrated your life with with your little people, your big people, your family, whatever. In certain moments, you have to mail it in. Because if somebody in your family is, has like when my dad died, and today's his anniversary actually.
Oh,
So, that's sorry. So I knew that that was not the time to start something new. When your hair's on fire,
Agreed.
you don't start something new. But if your hair's not like really, really on fire and there's something really burning and you got to put it out, except that,
Right.
you don't want to mail it in. You want to try something new. You want to expand. You want to learn. You want to grow. And without that, you're going to stagnate
Agreed.
and start aging. And personally, I don't know about you, but I'm like all about not aging.
I'm with you. Right there with you.
Laugh out. So, so what was the worst career advice you ever got?
That I'm doing enough. It's exactly the opposite of what why are you
Yeah.
driving yourself crazy? You don't have to do that. Oh, you get that.
I used to get that. Oh, I still get that. My neighbor
Oh yeah, no. Why are you running around? What? And then you almost question it for a moment. Well, it's because I want to. Why did I go to school for 8 years that night to what?
yeah.
To stay home and go to
Right.
lunch every? No, but it's
Ladies at lunch.
yeah, right. That's great once in a while, not every day. So yeah, that is by far the worst advice. And I think when people know that you don't have to work,
Yeah.
the truth is they kind of look at you like, why are you running
You're
around?
playing.
For what reason?
You're playing.
Right, exactly.
So I remember living in Ridgewood when I picked up the kids from school, and I had a nanny at the time, and one of the moms said to me,
You still doing that graphic design thing from your house?
I was like, that thing,
That thing that I'm working 70 hours. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, right, right,
the thing that feeds my family.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, so that by far is the worst. It is the worst advice,
Right.
especially because for a minute you think about it. I'm like, wait a minute, but that
Not anymore.
wasn't it? Oh no, not anymore. Right, definitely not.
Yeah, I think the magic number is after a certain point, you're like, I have no more F's to give.
Right,
I had a jar for you in my office. Did I show you the F's?
No.
Yeah, I'll show you. Kendra gave me them for Christmas. She gave me a full jar of F's because I'm always saying
So
something.
you don't even ask.
You
You
just
just
that.
I love that. You gotta show it to me.
I'll show it to
Yeah, yeah. I used to see it.
So if you had to have a chat with your 30-year-old self, what would you tell her?
Trust yourself, relax, and have fun with whatever you're doing. I love your career, your friendships. Just be more relaxed. I wish someone had said that to me. Well, I was wound a little too tight on it.
I can't relate at all.
Yeah, no, no, no. You're not. You were fine. You were so chill, right?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
I didn't get the out of jail card till I was 47.
Was that the all right?
It is.
So there's hope for me. I'm 51. I would say I'm over halfway there, right?
Oh, you're
Yeah, I'm getting
especially
there.
You're so there.
My kids say that to me, like, Mom, I don't know what it because when they were in high school, I was definitely much more. What time are you coming home? I was all over it. Now they're like, Mom, what happened to you in the last few years?
Same mom discovered herself.
Yeah,
So relax, have fun, enjoy yourself. Don't worry, it'll work out.
exactly. That's awesome.
Beautiful. I love it. And you know what? If you're going to say something to your 80-year-old self, what are you going to tell her?
I'm happy you went after all of your dreams. You can rest easy now. Now that I'm in a cry.
Thank you.
Love it. Thank you. I love you. Appreciate you. Thanks for having me.
Oh, that was so
It
much
was
fun.
So
This is the second fireside chat ever, and will definitely not be the last. And we will have Miss Sabrina McEntee back to share some more good stuff. And thank you for being here. Make it a great day.
thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening to Possibilities with Monique de Maio, where we unpack life as a female mover and shaker. If you like the show, please consider liking it, or better still, subscribing to it and leaving us a rating. It truly does help. Also, you can pick up my book, The 7 Secrets to Creating a Life You Love, a practical guide for women in leadership. You can find the book, other episodes of this podcast, and how to stay in touch at moniquedemaio.com. DEMAIO. I look forward to seeing you again soon. With gratitude, Monique.